Number 5.
As Prime Minister Malcolm Turbull comes to India, the participation of Australia in naval drills in the Indian Ocean region, comprising India, the US, Japan, is likely to come up for discussion. The naval exercise named Malabar is conducted every year in the Bay of Bengal. Australia had participated in the military drills in 2007, however, the former Australian Prime Minister Kevin Rudd reportedly backed out of the exercise in 2008 due to Chinese pressure. Originally a bilateral exercise between India and the United States, Japan became a permanent partner in 2015. Let us go into the details.
Number 4.
China's sweeping claims of sovereignty over the sea have provoked competing claimants Malaysia, Vietnam, Brunei, Taiwan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Non-claimants like USA, India, Australia and Japan want the South China Sea to remain as international waters with freedom of navigation, whereas China want to control this major trade way. It is a very important sea route with $5 trillion in trade, one half of global merchant shipping and one half of world's oil shipment pass through it. The sea also has alleged 11 billion barrels of untapped oil and 190 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. US has also long accused China of aggressive espionage and reverse engineering and manipulating its currency, which has hurt US interests. Tokyo issued a new defense white paper that identifies the growing assertiveness of China as Japan's most serious challenge. PM Abe has also reiterated his determination to use the crushing parliamentary majority he now enjoys to remove from Japan's constitution provisions, which restrict his ability to deploy or use military force. In Japan, the consensus has been growing that engagement with China is starting to look like it was a mistake. China has not changed politically, nor has it developed grateful or friendly feelings toward Japan. On the contrary, it has come increasingly to look like Japan's worst nightmare, a strong, communist-led one-party state, angry and harboring revengeful sentiment toward Tokyo. Most worrying of all, China is now building up military assets that look increasingly like they are pointed directly at Japan's interests. In the last decade, China has aggressively worked to upgrade its infrastructure along the 4,057 kilometers Indo-China border. This has been a major concern for India. Chinese army has even transgressed into Indian territory on multiple instances, and there have been several standoffs. India and China have border dispute. China has claimed major parts of Arunachal Pradesh.
Number 3.
Despite the statement by a top US Navy officer that Malabar was not directly aimed at China, there is very little doubt about who is the target. The exercise is conducted only about 400 kilometers from the contested Senkaku Islands. Scenarios include hunting for Chinese submarines, ships and countering hostile Chinese Navy. The exercise has gained greater significance after India and the US has signed an important agreement. The Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement allows them to use each other's land, air and naval bases for repair and resupply. USA is bound by the Treaty of Mutual Cooperation and Security to help Japan. For the convenience of viewers, here is a brief detail of the agreement. The treaty was first signed in 1952, and was updated many times after that. Since Japan was disarmed after World War II, USA through this treaty agreed to come to Japan's aid in case Japan was attacked by any other country. To support that requirement, it provided for the continued presence of US military bases in Japan.
Number 2.
Relations with China are one of the most important aspects of Australia's foreign policy. As an emerging great power in the region with whom Australia is developing a major economic relationship, Good relations with China will become an increasingly prominent feature of Australia's international interests. But maintaining good relations with China is also one of the most difficult challenges for Australian policymakers. The stakes are high too for Australia. The US is Australia's greatest ally and strategic partner, while China is its biggest trading partner. Strategically, Australia is concerned about China's growing military presence and intentions in South China Sea. This is the main reason Australia is interested in joining the Malabar exercise.
Number 1.
Malabar is a great exercise for all the countries involved to understand one another's skills and operational capabilities. It will also give these naval forces an opportunity to refine and integrate communication protocols, emergency and support procedures, and operational tactics for joint, or single-nation offensive and defensive maneuvers. In 2016, over 20 ships and 90 aircraft from India, Japan and the US took part in the exercise. The exercise, currently having the three major naval powers in the region, will get even more significant if Australia also joins in. This will create a strong strategic alliance, and send a direct message to China. China has been very concerned about this exercise. It had lodged a strong protest against the inclusion of Japan and Australia. China had even sent a communication to participant nations to ask who the exercise is aimed at. It seems that in coming days, China will face more and more strategic alliances aimed against it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting. Kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.